That's what everyone's saying. Hope everyone's well, hope everyone's good. It's your favorite R&B connoisseur, Henry here. And listen, I'm back with another video. You know what, guys, before we get into the video, I just need to tell everyone something. I need to make a public announcement. I go by many names, you know. You've just heard one of them, the R&B connoisseur. But I also go by another name. And that other name is Kung Fu Henny. Yes, Kung Fu Henny. Kung Fu Henny has come from somewhere. I haven't just made that up. It's come directly from Kung Fu Kenny, which, if you guys don't know, is Mr. Kendrick Lamar. And guys, listen, I'm a huge Kendrick fan. I've always been. He's one of my favorite artists of all time. And I haven't been able to contain my excitement because Kendrick a couple of weeks ago shocked the world when he announced the follow-up to his critically acclaimed, should I say, how rude of me, critically acclaimed Damn, which was released in 2017. It's been 5 fucking long years. But Kendrick, the Kung Fu Kenny, Mr. Morale, and the Big Steppers is back. And we are 8 days away from his brand new album, and I couldn't contain my excitement. And being a Kendrick stan like myself, those of you who are Kendrick stans can relate. It's been a long time. We've been starved in these Kendrick streets, but now we are about to eat, and we're about to eat fucking well. Our bellies are about to be full. But yes, I wanted to make this video because, you know, Kendrick shocked the world a couple of weeks ago when he announced, you know, his album titled Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Now, listen, we all knew, or a lot of us knew, that Kendrick, you know, was going to release something this year. You know, he's been teasing it for a while now. Even Punch from TDE, you know, confirmed that, you know, he was going to release something. I mean, Punch says a lot of shit, but, you know, it seemed like, you know, they were actually telling the truth this time, that Kendrick was actually going to release an album this year, but we just didn't know when. He sent the Twitter timeline on a frenzy, and in true Kendrick fashion, he announced the album via his PG Land website, you know, which is the label that he founded, and it's going to be the label that he's going to release all his future music on after this album, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, is released next Friday. You know, for those of you who don't know, this is Kendrick's last TDE album. It feels like he's been with TDE for a long time. But yes, this is his last TDE album. He announced that the album is coming May 13th. May 13th, guys. May 13th, which is 8 days away. Being a Kendrick stan like myself, I was overly excited. I haven't been able to fucking sleep. You know, I'm just so excited to hear new Kendrick. It feels like a minute since we've heard him on a project. And I wanted to make this video because Kendrick set the timeline on a frenzy again when he updated a document on his PG Land website a couple of days ago. There's an image of him with his legs crossed, holding 2 CDs plus a book. But on the 2 CDs, you see at the top that one CD is titled Morale and the other CD is titled Steppers. And then just below the bottom of the CD is titled Master Copy on each CD. Now, again, I want to be very clear when I say this. Obviously, when Kendrick released this image, a lot of people are speculating that this definitely could mean that Kendrick is releasing a double album. And obviously, this strongly indicates, I mean, it hasn't been confirmed by anyone from TDE or even Kendrick himself, but this goes to show you that there is a high possibility that Kendrick is releasing a double album, which is fucking insane. I mean, I'm not complaining. I for one, I was already excited to hear new Kendrick music. Even if he gave us 6, 7, 8 new songs, I wouldn't have cared. But the fact that this could possibly mean that he's releasing a double album with more than 15, 16, 17 songs. I mean, we don't know how many songs he is going to put on this album, but the fact that this could be a double Kendrick album, you know, gets me so fucking gassed. And when you think about it, it does make sense because I mean, Kendrick's been away for 5-6 years now. He hasn't released a solo project since 2017. So, in that time, he's been recording shitloads of music. So it does make sense. And I remember, last year, an article came out on Hypebeast. The article basically said that Kendrick registered 32 new song titles with the ASCAP. Now, for those of you who don't know what the ASCAP is, it's the American Society of Composers, Authors, and Publishers. So just last year, he registered 32 new song titles. If you think about the fact that Kendrick registered 32 new song titles just last year, it all makes sense. It all ties in together. And along with the image of him holding 2 CDs, there's also an image of him holding the book along with the 2 CDs that is titled Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. I've been a Kendrick fan long enough to know that Kendrick doesn't do anything unintentionally. Like, everything he does is with a purpose. He doesn't do things by accident. So I feel like the book signifies something. I just don't know what, but I do feel like the book is very cognizant to what the album is going to be about. I do feel like there's a meaning behind him having the book in his hand along with the 2 CDs. Everyone's been speculating what the album theme is going to be about. And obviously on the image that you see, you have Mr. Morale on 1 CD and the Big Steppers on another CD. And for me, if I was to guess, Mr. Morale has his own side. So Mr. Morale is probably like side A and the Big Steppers is like side B. So there's going to be like, so the album's going to be split into 2. So it's going to be split into Mr. Morale and it's going to be split into the Big Steppers. Similar to Outkast's Speaker Box and The Love Below, when obviously that album was a double album, but it was split into 2. So you had the Speaker Box and then you had The Love Below. It feels like that's what this album's going to be like. This is how the album's going to be divided. You're going to get 1 set of songs on Mr. Morale and 1 set of songs on the Big Steppers. And the Twitter investigators have been, in full swing. And, I've seen some of the conspiracy theories, or I've seen some of the speculations. I mean, someone on Twitter said that, like, they feel like, Mr. Morale is going to be the TDE portion of the album, and the Big Steppers is going to be the PG Land side of the album. And then another person on Twitter said that, like, Mr. Morale is going to be Kendrick's section, and the Big Steppers is going to be Black Hippie section, which is kind of wild to me. But you can never rule anything out. But I think that's a bit far-fetched. But you just never know. If the album is a double album, I'm extremely excited for it. At this point in Kendrick's career, he has nothing to prove. But there is, with Kendrick, as well as any great artist like Kendrick, there's always a huge amount of pressure, because I mean, Kendrick's albums have practically been flawless. I mean, I wasn't the biggest fan of Damn, but I do appreciate that album was a great album. But Kendrick's discography is practically flawless. So I know that a lot of people have been fiending for Kendrick, like myself, for new Kendrick music for a while now. So a lot of people have high expectations, but for me, I'm just at a point where I'm just going to enjoy anything that Kendrick gives to me. He doesn't need to prove anything. He's already proven that he's one of the GOATs. He's going to go down as one of the greatest, not just one of the greatest hip hop artists of all time, but one of the greatest artists of all time, period. I mean, his discography is second to none. So, I'm trying not to have too much high expectations about this album. But regardless, I know that Kendrick is going to release a great body of work, whether it matches up to something like a To Pimp a Butterfly, or even a Section 80 or a Good Kid, Mad City. It really doesn't matter to me. Even when it comes to Kendrick's first week numbers, a lot of people have been trying to give their opinion on what Kendrick's going to do in his first week. I personally feel like anything above 300K, 400K is a win-win for Kendrick. Bear in mind, we're only 8 days away from the album being released, and he hasn't yet released a single. People have been saying that he might do over 600-700K. I don't think that's the case. And apparently Billboard have now changed the rules. They are not including any merch or any bundles in your sales. So obviously that's impacted a lot of people. Like, people are struggling. Big boy artists are struggling to do 100K. So I don't think Kendrick's going to do 600 or 700K. I think he's going to do between 400 and 500K. And that is an ultimate win, because that just goes to show you his star power. And he doesn't need to do much in order for him to be commercially successful. This, as long as we get a great Kendrick Lamar project, that's all that matters. But listen, guys, I just wanted to make a quick video. Listen, we're only 8 days away. I know I keep on saying that, but I'm just overly excited. We're only 8 days away for some new Kendrick. Obviously, keep it locked into our channel, because we're going to do a live reaction to that album. Guys, listen, let me know, are you excited for this album as I am? You know, do you feel like this album is going to be a double album? What do you think the theme of the album is going to be as well? And just in terms of like Kendrick sales, how many records do you feel like he's going to shift in the first week? I mean, does it even really matter at this point? But yeah, listen, let me know you guys' opinion in the comment section below. I promise to reply to every single comment that you guys leave. Keep it locked into this channel, because we will be doing a live reaction to the album on our channel. So obviously look out for that. Until then, stay blessed, stay healthy, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.